Will we ever see Aguero again? Kane's insane record? And the City points magnet none of you are picking. This is the Fantasy Football Cheat Sheet. Before we crack on, it's obviously the final game week. That means that Dream Team Euros is now open for business. The Euros are less than 3 weeks away, so get those teams submitted to be in with a chance of that £50,000 jackpot. The treatment room. Okay, what's the story regarding injuries for game week 38? Diogo Jota is out for the season from a Liverpool perspective, but for you Dream Team Euros fans, he will be fit for Portugal selection. Things aren't as cut and dry for the skipper Jordan Henderson though. He won't feature for Liverpool this season, and Klopp has left Euro selection in the hands of Gareth Southgate. He's a holding midfielder though, so of course he's picking him. It's a sad day for all fantasy football fans when I say Sergio Aguero could have played his last game in the Premier League. Along with Sterling and Walker, they are all not fully fit. Aguero has only made 7 league starts all season, so it's hard to see him being fit on Sunday. Anthony Martial has not only missed a large chunk of Man United season, he's now missed out on France selection. Deschamps cited physical problems being the reason behind his omission. The main one being he's not physically able to put the ball in the back of the net. He's also unlikely to feature this weekend against Wolves. Matty Cash is out for the season after a recurrence of a hamstring injury, and such a shame, he was only 16th in line for the England right back position. Klich and Koch are off to the Euros. One of Poland's main men, Mateusz Klich, had returned to the Leeds starting 11 until midweek, even getting on the score sheet against Burnley. But Bielsa has granted them early leave with the Euros in mind. What a gaffer he is. And finally, Johnny Evans is out for the season, which would be a disaster in August, but is only a mild inconvenience in May. Enjoy the recovery, Johnny. Key fixtures. Leicester v Spurs. Tuesday's loss to Chelsea means Leicester could go from tears of joy to tears of sadness if they fail to secure top 4. This is a tough game to call. In the past 2 years, it's 2 wins each, with Leicester winning this year's reverse tie 2-0 at Spurs. Vardy scored that day and has actually only scored 2 league goals since, and he's been massively outshone by Kelechi Iheanacho, who has 11 in 11 games. Not only can the top 4 be settled, but so can the Golden Boot. Have a guess who Harry Kane has scored the most goals against in his career. Sorry Leicester fans, but it's your club. He has 16 goals against the Foxes, 4 more than any other side. He's a fox in the box in the Fox's box. Leicester lost 3 of their final 4 games last season to miss out on top 4. Lose on Sunday and they could do exactly the same again. But come on, how can you bottle it against Spurs? They perfected it. Liverpool v Palace. A season to forget for Liverpool has all come down to this. 3 points here could see them sneak in through the back door of the top 4. Liverpool don't exactly have happy memories facing Palace at the business end of the season. Under Brendan Rodgers, they chucked away a 3-goal lead in 10 minutes thanks to a brace from Dwight Gale. And presumably one more goal from somebody else. A brace is 2 goals. But Liverpool's best performance of the season came against the Eagles, who will be saying their farewells to 73-year-old Roy Hodgson. Salah and Firmino both got braces that day, Salah's being particularly impressive as he started from the bench. And actually Liverpool have won the past 7 games against Palace, the same amount of goals they stuck past them earlier this season. Villa v Chelsea. With top 4 not confirmed just yet, Tuchel will be needing to put out a strong side at Villa on Sunday. On paper, Villa look like the perfect end of season opponents. Nothing to play for, shocking form, and just 6 wins at Villa Park all season. But the Villa faithful being back in their thousands could be significant, and their main boy Jack Grealish is set to start. So don't start celebrating too early, Chelsea fans. You know what happened last time. And of course, Villa's poor form can also be attributed to the absence of their skipper. They have been leaking goals and have just 2 wins in 7 games. The reverse fixture under Lampard finished 1-1. Giroud and El Ghazi were the goal scorers that day. Don't expect there to be many goals in this one. Chelsea haven't scored more than 2 goals in the past 11 in all competitions, and have actually only done so once since Tuchel joined in January. Transfers in. Patrick Bamford. If you had told me Patrick Bamford would be sitting on 16 goals for the season going into the final day, I would have quite happily offered you a straitjacket. But yet here we are. Leeds are on fire as well, winning 6 of their last 9 games, and Bamford has recent goals against Spurs and Southampton. So relegated West Brom, who have conceded at least 2 goals in 5 of their last 6 games, just screams Dream Team points. Like this. Dream Team points! My neighbours absolutely hate me. Leeds won 5-0 at the Hawthorns back in December, and ironically, Bamford didn't score. So I guess he's due one. Jesse Lingard. Lingard needs one final performance to cement his place on the plane for the Euros. Or coach. Or train. Either way, you know he'll be fired up on Sunday. A couple of home wins for opponents Southampton masks over what has been a pretty flat end to the season. They've only had 4 league wins since January. They are ideal end of season fodder. It's very harsh to say Lingard has gone off the boil considering his goal return, but 6 games without a goal will concern him. Time to put that right on Sunday when fans return to the London Stadium. Shall I make the joke? I'll go on. Fans being back in the London Stadium doesn't matter. They're still miles away. Don't forget the binoculars, lads. Ferran Torres. It's always risky trying to predict Pep, I know. But Torres was taken off after 15 minutes on Tuesday after Cancelo's red and is surely set to start on Sunday, especially with the Champions League final less than a week away. It feels like we've barely seen him this season, but the Spaniard has scored 7 league goals, 5 of those coming in his last 5 starts. City's opponents Everton have had a honking end to the season as well. Their 1-0 loss to Sheffield United on Sunday just about summed up their last couple of months. Certainly raised eyebrows. Torres is also one to watch in our Dream Team Euros game. He's a nailed on starter for Spain and has 5 goals in his last 4 starts for his country. Predicted 11s. Okay, so you're up to speed with who's available. Let's get some predicted lineups coming your way. Right, that's all from us, but as I mentioned at the start of the show, Dream Team Euros is now available to play. It's the perfect fantasy football game to accompany this summer's tournament, not least because it's free to play and there's a £50,000 jackpot up for grabs. So sign up now, the fantasy never ends here at Dream Team. Let us know what you thought of the show in the comments, tell all your mates about us. We're working hard every week to give you the most informative video on the internet for fantasy football. And let us know what your teams are going to look like. Have you got any obscure picks? How's your season gone so far? Right, I'm off. Best of luck this weekend.